All right, for a limited time, you have a chance to see a piece of baseball and American history at the National Constitution Center beginning Thursday. You can see the contract that Jackie Robinson signed with the Brooklyn Dodgers, leading to the integration of Major League Baseball. That contract, as well as the contract that he signed when he joined the minor leagues with the Montreal Royals, will be on display at the Constitution Center from Thursday until June 5th. Joining us now is Michele Contile.
Very good.
I nailed that.
You did
I
it.
absolutely nailed that. Creator and CEO of Collectors Cafe, who is loaning that historical contract to the Constitution Center, and you've actually brought copies of both of them, the Montreal and the Brooklyn Dodgers.
These are the original contracts, the ones that are going to be in the Constitution Center.
Unbelievable.
And we're so honored to be here in Philadelphia, the home of independence. And what's amazing is these contracts finally, after 60 some odd years, have been unearthed, discovered, and the American people can finally see the Jackie Robinson contract.
Let's talk about that a second. Where were they for so long then?
These documents were acquired sometime shortly, we believe, after Jackie signed them.
Can you hold it up too? Because
Absolutely.
everybody can see it. Yeah.
So this is the Brooklyn Dodger contract that broke the color barrier, the original, front and back. You'll note it was signed on April 11th, 1947, almost 69 years to the day. As you can see, Jackie signed his name, Jack Roosevelt Robinson.
Yeah, his full name.
So this is the color barrier contract. And then here we have the Montreal Royals contract.
That's
signed
2 years previous, right?
2 years previous, 1945, October 1945. And many historians consider these to be the founding documents of the civil rights movement.
There's no question, I'm able to play the sport that I played for a long time because of Mr. Robinson, This is historic for me, just being able to look at it right now. This is incredible, This set a lot of barriers and broke a lot of barriers for a lot of people.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
we were talking about this before the break. Interesting tie-ins with Larry King.
Yes.
A long-time legendary broadcaster. He, as a matter of fact, was at the game when Jackie broke the color barrier for Brooklyn because he's a Brooklyn native.
Correct.
As a young man or a kid.
Correct.
Later on, he's interviewing Martin Luther King in the I guess it would probably be mid-'60s, somewhere in that range. And is crediting Martin Luther King, of course, with all the work that he did. But then Martin Luther King said, hold on, we're not even here if it's not for Jackie Robinson.
100%. Martin Luther King interrupted Larry King and said, I am not the founder of the civil rights movement. Jackie Robinson is the founder of the civil rights movement, which shows you really the impact of Jackie Robinson beyond what we even thought on the great Martin Luther King.
Yeah, I mean, this goes way beyond baseball. I mean, I think that's the big message, the big takeaway from this, is it goes way beyond baseball. But just from a monetary value, I mean, you're talking about $36 million, the worth of these two documents.
That's correct. I think that's actually a lowball estimate. That's what the historical document expert appraised them at. But really, they're priceless. How do you, and what's amazing is with the signature of these two documents, which some historians consider the modern day Emancipation Proclamation, everything changed with that signature. So really, it's a document of action, not just a historical document in that sense.
Because people forget, what's happening in the country at that time, in terms of schools, in terms of military, in terms of everything else that was happening.
Even using a restroom.
Restrooms, exactly, everything. I mean, you name
Going
it.
to a restaurant, I can't eat in the same restaurant as you, Rob. I mean, that's crazy.
Exactly.
Well, I can't afford to eat in your restaurants.
That's
now,
a different story. That's a completely different story. But you're right. I mean, this was we tend to forget now, so many years later, what was really happening at that time.
Yeah, Jackie Robinson, I've done a lot of research on him. He endured just so much pain and suffering and sacrifice for all Americans.
Exactly.
And he really is one of the greatest of all Americans ever lived.
And Branch Rickey chose the perfect person because he was able not only to withstand that, but also deliver on the field as well, which advanced everything as well.
Absolutely.
We appreciate it. Fascinating story.
Thank you so
Again,
much.
I suggest everybody check this out at the National Constitution Center.
And one last thought. At our website, collectorscafe.com, we actually have a Jackie Robinson experience where we have close to 50 articles about Jackie Robinson where you can learn more about him, the person, the contracts, and it's great for children and anyone who wants to learn about this great man.
Awesome stuff. Michele Contile, we appreciate it.
Thank you so
very much
much.
for your time.